Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're having a great day and welcome to the Tundra Dude 34 YouTube channel. Well, after quite a few comments lately on some videos of viewers thinking that the Toyota Tundra would be discontinued in the near future, I wanted to come on here and make a video and give you 3 reasons why I think the Toyota Tundra is safe and will not be discontinued for a very, very long time, if ever. And I want all of you to go down in the comments below and let me know what you think. Are you an owner of a new generation Toyota Tundra? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Give me everything you got. Let's have a nice conversation here. But the overall answer, no, the Toyota Tundra will not be discontinued. It is safe. And here are the 3 reasons. Let's start with the number 1 reason that I think is glaringly obvious over everything if you do a little research, and that is Toyota Tundra sales. The sales are really good for Tundra over the last year and a half. 2023 was the 4th best sales year for Toyota Tundra all time and best since 2008. In 2024 already, it is on pace to beat that and be inside the top 4. March that we just had, March 2024, was the best March of all time for Toyota Tundra sales, all time. And it was the best Tundra sales month since August 2008. So the trucks are selling. You have to keep that in mind. You got to go with the facts. They are selling. So they're not having an issue there. You will see videos every once in a while saying the lots are packed with Tundras or the Tundras aren't selling. There's a couple things you got to keep in mind with that. And I always try to keep my eyes wide open when I go to these dealerships and do the walks all over New Jersey and Pennsylvania. There are definitely some dealers that struggle with selling Tundras. But you have to remember, inventory levels are back up almost to pre-COVID levels. So we've been used to the last 4 years of seeing 2, 3, 4 Tundras on the lot. Well, now most lots have between 15 and 20. So that's a good thing for the consumer. It means you don't have to settle on one truck. Maybe you went in there for a Platinum and all they had was a Capstone or 1794 and you settled for that. Now, when you go in, you will see a variety of different Tundra trims. And that is a good thing. That is what we want. We want to see variety out there so there's no settling. Don't forget, these trucks are very expensive nowadays. So settling is not something we want to do. So the lots, yes, are definitely packed. Do some dealerships have trouble selling Tundras? Absolutely. And that's where you start to see the good discounts come in. And there are Tundras out there, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 under MSRP right now. So that is, a real thing if you're looking for it. So you got to look around. You can't just look at the dealership lot down the street from you and say, hey, the Tundras are having a tough time selling, because the sales numbers for the Toyota Tundra are really on pace to be in that top 3 all time and the best in almost 15 years. So the Tundra is doing well. And that is the number 1 reason why we will not see the Tundra discontinued. Number 2 for me, Toyota is doubling down on the Tundra. And what do I mean doubling down? They're coming out with more trims, more packages, more accessories, special editions. If this truck was going to be discontinued, you would just see a couple years, 3 years, 4 years of just the same thing with no changes. Look at 2024. We saw the Platinum get the TRD off-road package. We saw the 1794 limited edition. We saw the Pro get the TRD upper control arm and the black headliner. We saw the Nightshade package return. Toyota is putting time and effort into this Tundra. They're seeing the Tundra is having great sales, so they're taking the time and they're giving you guys more variety. Now, there's some stuff you guys have been talking about that you want put back on the truck, i.e. tow hooks. I think you will see that down the road. Toyota is listening and watching and wanting to know what you guys want out there. So if this truck was going to be discontinued, especially in the near future, I don't think you would see all of these different things coming out as far as packages and trims and that kind of thing. And also, don't forget, we're still waiting on that Trail Hunter. It's a matter of time. We're still waiting on that TRD performance package, probably 2025 or in a couple months. It said 2024, so it's due here any moment. So they're still putting the time and effort into the Tundra. It's not something they gave up on because they're still adding a lot, especially 2024. That was a big addition year for little things and big things. Little things like the heads-up display not being part of a package anymore, to big things like that 1794 limited edition or Platinum TRD off-road. That's some big stuff. A lot of people like to compare the outgoing Nissan Titan to the Tundra, okay? Now, you got to remember a couple things about the Titan and why they really have nothing to do with each other. The Titan sales have been fairly dismal especially since they came out with their newer generation in like 2015, 16, or 17, right around there. And also, there's still a V8 in that truck. Don't forget, the emission standards nowadays are getting tougher and tougher for the V8 engine. So return on investment for Nissan, they probably sat there and they didn't see that return on investment. And that's a big reason why that truck is getting discontinued. Toyota has already gotten rid of their V8 for the Toyota Tundra. They're moving in the direction that everybody has to go with that smaller displacement forced induction / hybrid to meet the EPA and the government emission standards. It's not like the Toyota Tundra has something antiquated that they have to pay big money to deal with. They already dealt with that in 2022. So comparing the Nissan Titan and the Toyota Tundra, I don't feel like it's apples to apples. Okay, on to number 3. And I think this is a very important thing you have to keep in mind when we're talking about how successful something is and where it matters in the grand scheme of things. And what I'm talking about is Toyota's dependency on the Tundra. So when we think big 3, Ford with the F-150, Chevy with the Silverado, Dodge with their Rams, it is very important for those brands to sell those half-ton trucks. Because if they don't, they are not going to see good quarterly earnings. They are not going to see good end-of-the-year earnings. They won't be doing very well because they depend so much on their half-ton program. Then we come to Toyota, which is the #1 auto manufacturer in the world. They have a lot of different vehicles that sell big volume. So the Tundra is just a very small piece in that puzzle. Their dependency on the Tundra, it's not as heavy as these big 3 have on their half-ton program. So a lot of people will say when I report the sales, yeah, they're selling, however many, 15,000 in a month, but look at Ford, they're selling way more than that. Look at GM, look at Ram. And that's the truth. They are selling way more than the Tundra. But if it comes down and we look at it from a global scale, for Toyota, the dependency on the Tundra is just not as much as these big 3 depend on their half-ton. So that would give another reason for Toyota to keep that truck around. The half-ton market is red hot. It's been for years. They got a nice little market share, and sales are going up. So they're heading in the right direction, but the dependency is not the same as the big 3. So those are my 3 reasons why I think the Tundra will be around for a long, long time. Number 1, and most importantly, are the great sales. Number 2 is Toyota is doubling down on the Tundra, still introducing new packages, still introducing new additions, still introducing a new trim with the 1794 limited edition. That is not a sign of something going away. And number 3 is realizing the dependency Toyota has with the Tundra versus the big 3 and their dependency in the half-ton market. Now, a lot of people also say, well, there's been engine issues. There was a wastegate issue. There was an engine bearing issue. Well, as we go, Toyota continually takes care of these problems. Trust me, they're watching. They don't want these problems to exist, and they don't want people to have a negative feeling when they get in their truck. So they're going to jump all over these problems as soon as humanly possible. The wastegate issue is a thing of the past. The engine bearing issue is a thing of the past. The seat cracking on the side, they came up with a new bracket to save that. So it's a new generation. And this isn't like a regular big 3 new generation, I always say to people, because the Tundra doesn't get an update very often. There was the 07 to 21, okay? In 2014, there was a cosmetic refresh. So you could call that the 2.5 generation, 14 to 21. But 07 to 21, pretty much the same platform. In 2022, they completely changed everything. So of course there was going to be some bugs, especially because they don't change very often. So as long as Toyota fixes what's wrong as soon as humanly possible, it's a win. And a lot of people have a problem with recalls. I actually don't mind the recalls because that means they're taking care of the problem up front. It's not something we have to keep complaining about and then finally something is done about it. Recalls up front. It's a new generation. The truck is just going to get better as we go. All right? Because again, these generations last quite a long time. So they're going to learn, they're going to fix what's wrong, and we're going to move on down the road. Quality, durability, reliability, QDR. That is what Toyota is all about. They want a great product out there. And with what they have to work with the emission standards and everything now, they're still going to try to bring you the very best product they absolutely can. Okay, even with their backs to the wall, they're still going to work hard. And I think there's going to come a time where that 3.4 twin turbo V6, we will be calling it highly reliable, like we did with the old outgoing engines. So on that note, let me know what you think in the comments below. Once again, the Toyota Tundra is here to stay. It will not be going anywhere. Look at all the time and effort Toyota puts into their SUVs and trucks. They're just going to keep correcting. There's going to be a refresh. The problems will keep getting taken care of, and we're going to see more and more stuff come out. Once again, still waiting on that Trail Hunter, still waiting on that TRD Performance Pack that was due in early to spring 2024, but may end up being a 2025. I can't wait to see what Toyota does in the future with this truck. And once again, the sales are great. Go down in the comments. Let me know what you think. The pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly. Do you love your new generation Tundra? Do you not like your new generation Tundra? Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok at TundraDude34, TundraDude34 at gmail.com. Be safe, be well, have a great day.